guys. So I've got my Zagg InvisibleShield on there, as I showed you the other day when I applied it, and this thing's awesome. So I have a couple of bubbles here, and that's my own fault. There's one there, and there's another small one somewhere else, and that's not even a true bubble. I let something fall on the screen that kind of got trapped under there. But other than that, you might be able to see all those micro bubbles that had formed when I was putting this thing on are all gone. Check this out. The back, nice and shiny. It's a little bit hard to see, but there you go. You can see that sheen on there. That's the back cover. Alright, so this whole thing is covered. It's nice and smooth and protected. Check this out. Okay? All day long, I can draw all over this. Okay, that's the back. Look. Totally protected. Not only is there not a mark on my screen, there's not even a mark on the InvisibleShield. This thing's protective. It's great. It comes in handy in a lot of different ways. First of all, you get a nice feel on this. You don't feel your fingers against it, especially in humid conditions. Let's say you go outside and it's very humid out there. A lot of times you'll feel your fingers kind of sticking against it and it doesn't want to move. This gives you a nice, smooth, fluid kind of feel to it. You can feel the protection on it. And it's more than just plastic. It's almost got a rubberized feel, which is very, very cool, because you can tell that as thin as it is physically, it's thick in terms of the protection that's on it. Obviously, the button is cut out here. There are some that cover all the way over the top of this, and what that leaves you is you feel some stretch and some pressure, some tension while trying to push down the plastic. In this case, it's cut out, so it's got natural button push on here. Again, you can feel the thickness of the quality. It's a thin physical piece, but it's made in such a way where it's rubberized and it still feels natural, but it's almost slightly contoured if you could look at it at an angle. And it's really great. I mean, I can move through this great. I take this outside. It's 87% humidity outside, and I don't leave streaks on it. The streaks that you do leave on occasion get wiped off, unlike the oleophobic coating on the screen, which makes it easy to clean the screen, but still very prone to having smudges on it. Alright, so overall, this thing is just terrific. It's totally protected, front and back. I have some pieces for the maximum coverage that I didn't put on, where I can actually protect all sides of it here, and they're cut to different specific lengths to cover the bottom pieces and leave your 30-pin connector free and your speakers free. And the whole side will go, obviously not getting in the way of the buttons. And of course on the top you'll have, this will be free, and I've got cutouts in them for the microphone, noise canceling microphone, the headphone jack, and on this side your SIM card slot, your SIM tray will be left free and available. That's on the 3G version, of course. Wi-Fi, you don't have that SIM issue. But this thing's great. I highly recommend it. It's $39 for either one of the two versions that you have. Go out and get one immediately if you have this. I mean, look, literally taking the sharp side of a key up and down over a screen. I don't care what kind of protective coating or quality glass that Apple says they have on it. You're not going to drag a key on a plain screen. You're just not going to do it, just in case. I mean, what if? Thing's awesome. Go out, get one. I highly recommend it. I highly endorse it. And I'll be honest with you. They sent this to me to review. I didn't even pay for mine. Totally transparent, totally open with you guys. But I was very, very skeptical. I've had the ones off the shelf to put on my iPhones in the past, my 2G, my 3G, my 3GS. I haven't put one on the 4 yet. But I've been very skeptical about it because they're always a great idea initially. They get crappy, you pull them off, they're hard to get the bubbles out, and they're usually just junk and not worth it. So I went into this saying, you know what, I'll check it out. I'll tell people it's good to protect your screen, but all in all, it's probably not worth it. And I am glad to say that I'm wrong. I'm pleasantly surprised at this, and I absolutely love it. I think it's terrific. So check one out. If you know somebody that has one, get some hands on. The application is a little bit difficult only because of the size of the iPad. But in terms of um, once you get over this huge screen size, in terms of just getting it on there, it's actually a lot easier than the ones that are more plastic feeling, smoother compared to this. This has a nice grip to it. Also, it feels great in your hand too. I have very little worry that it's going to slide out of my hand. So when I'm doing this, I can slide very easily. Yet there is some resistive grip against it. Just two fingers, just barely squeezing. So it's great all around. Very happy with it. Um, very convinced that my iPad's protected. So great job, Zagg. Your Visible Shield rocks. The only thing about the Zagg InvisibleShield that I'm not too sure about is the Apple case, that you can get here. I mean, this is the one that comes with it. Look at this thing. I mean, this thing takes a beating. It captures all the garbage, the junk, all the shit from your fingers, dead skin cells and, skin oils and all that kind of shit. It captures all that, keeps it off your screen. The InvisibleShield does that. I like this thing for a couple of reasons. One, well, I paid for it, so I want to use it. But the other big thing is this front cover here. You can see it's also hinged, so this thing flips around. This is where your iPad screen goes, and you end up getting something like this. So this thing sits flat. It puts your iPad at an angle the way a keyboard does, so it allows you to, you can type more easily, rather than like this when it's up at you. You don't have to look down. It points up at you. It's just easier. It works better. I have this stupid thing. I don't want it to go to waste. I even put it in because I'm afraid when I slide this thing in, it's tight fit on purpose, of course. I don't want one of the edges to grab a lip of my InvisibleShield and just peel it right back and ruin it. I don't need it from a protective standpoint. The one on the back, the InvisibleShield in the back, just basically goes to waste if I have this on. So it's not a protective standpoint. It's a usability standpoint. I suppose I could just prop up the iPad so it's on an angle to me. I don't know. We'll see. So, maybe I'll get the balls to try to slide this thing in carefully and hope I don't ruin the InvisibleShield, but I'm nervous. So if you have the Apple case and that's it, it's for you, I would be concerned before trying to do both. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I make it work out.